We want to just give a big shout out to all our sponsors for being here again today. Can we give them a big round of applause? And one of our hardcore sponsors here, we have Evolution. Can we invite Mr. Joel to come up and share a few words? Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Joel and I represent T Evolution. We're actually a premium gaming gear brand. We're based in Guangzhou, China. Actually, we started a year ago, so it's fairly a young brand, relatively. So the thing behind T Evolution is the idea that we want to have a gaming gear that craft the and meet the target of the high competitive FPS esports gaming. So we have a highly premium and lightweight gaming mice and gaming mouse pads. And we would just want to say thank you, a big shout out for Shaman and the whole Hack the East team for including us and being able to sponsor this event through our awards. So we have presented several awards and several of our best selling products. And I hope that the winners will get the gear that they deserve, not only for gaming, but also to boost their productivity, also for coding and stuff. And me personally, this is the first time of me being in a hackathon as attendant and also as sponsor. And it's great to see 32 groups presenting today with the high spirit of innovation and creativity. And I hope all the best for the results and remaining 8 teams, hopefully to be announced very soon. And hopefully we all can keep the spirit of innovation for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Joel. So, can we have Shaman up to announce our finalists?
Okay, so I won't waste any time, right? The first one is zero dates. Woo! Okay, then the second one is very close to zero dates. Tomato paste. The third one is a keyboard command that we all know way too close. Alt F4. Woo! The fourth one is a weird combination of food that I don't know how it would taste like. Chili peas. I'm glad to see you guys are as creative with your names as you guys are with your products. Okay, now I'll just waste a bit of time describing what we are going to do in the next round, just for everyone. It's going to be a 3-minute pitch along with a 3-minute Q&A. In terms of the questions and answers, the first priority for questions goes towards the judges, but in case the judges don't have any questions, the audience is more than welcome to ask any questions. And yeah, it should be fun, but the same rules apply. Don't be boring, don't be dull, and try to capture the audience's attention. Okay, so the fifth one, it's named after a city. Okay, which one's named after a city? Nope. And on Tokyo. Ooh. Okay. And the sixth one is, any suggestions, any comments? What do you guys think? Team Justice. Woo! Where's Team Justice? And then the seventh one is going to be Team. Come on, who thinks they're winning this? Who thinks they're going to the second round? No? Okay, people have lost hope. The next team is Team One. And now I know that the thing that most of you guys are thinking, the 23-ish teams who think they haven't gotten in, is that we should just leave because this competition has nothing left for us, except that we were talking to the judges, and it is very likely, although it's not a promise, that one of the teams which doesn't make it to the next state may still win one of the Trek awards. So you do have some incentives to stay behind. It's high risk, high reward. And then the A team is Dyson of the East.
Congratulations, everyone that made it to the next round. So, one adjustment for the final round, as you all know, is a 3-minute presentation and a 3-minute Q&A. So for the Q&A section, I'll let you guys know that the judges will start their Q&A first, and then I'll let you all to be able to ask them questions if there is excessive time. So I'll cue when you guys can ask questions. We'll start with the judges first, however. Yeah.
This one. The wrong one, Felix. That one. This one. What are you trying?
You didn't get 0 dates up. 0 dates is presenting. 0 dates.
Shit, so we're starting to present. Can you announce it? Can you ask them to come down? Can you tell them to present?
Can we please invite 0 dates to prepare their presentation now? Thank you. Because we need to prepare the other teams to also play.
How many people are talking?
Same, last time.
One people talking?
Two people talking.
So I'm sure all you guys are really interested in what else is Angela capable of, because 90 seconds is really not that long. So let's show you some of the other features we've implemented. Go ahead, Daniel.
Okay, now let's take a look at a sample data which is created by us, and it will demonstrate all the functionalities of Angela. This dataset is imported from like the IBM dataset, which is a standard set of dataset used for anti-money laundering. And as you see here, the balls basically represent individual accounts. When you click it, it's going to have a calculated risk percentage, which is calculated based off of like the velocity and also the structuring. We can also like click different overviews to select different criteria. For example, how much transactions are being transferred inbound or outbound, and also the net flow. We have also implemented using the AWS Bedrock agentic core to implement a AI summary, which can summarize like how dangerous it is, how malicious the transactions is, and can summarize it in an analysis. We can also use natural language processing. For example, I can just type, can you list all high-risk transactions? And then we are going to click investigate. And we've implemented a 4-stage system, including intake, research, analysis, and reporting, which uses the AWS Bedrock agentic core system, and it can help us locate the accounts or transactions that is being suspicious and fulfills like the requirements of our natural language command. Okay, so it's generating a summary right now.
I would like to also note that implementing the AWS Bedrock agent actually changed our workflow quite a bit. Previously, we had a linear LLM stage where each stage followed after one another with structured data. However, by switching to the Bedrock agent, we noticed almost up to a 5 times speed in the time that the AI took to get a response back to us.
We've also implemented an executive dashboard which concludes all of the useful information in just one page. For example, we can see all the high-risk entities and whether there's new anomalies has been added. We've also implemented a risk trend which shows the number of total risks in certain time buckets. There's also judiciary risk, which basically stands for like where is the malicious transactions or account being located across different jurisdictions.
So this executive dashboard provides us with KPIs that we can provide, not as just financial analysts. Oh, sorry.
Thank you. That'll be all. Please stay there. So it's time for the judges to ask any questions.
Hey there, Michael. My question is for the multi-agent system. You mentioned you used Amazon Bedrock, and I saw like a little preview of like the different steps. Can you explain in more detail how that works and how that's different from the linear agent model?
So with the Bedrock agent model, not only, so we're currently using the Minimax models, but AWS allows us to create predefined Lambda toolings, which help us speed up the agent's capability to analyze this whole data set. So some common toolings are just like mathematical operations that need to be done to calculate risk score. So this is not being done probabilistically, but it's being done in a deterministic way. So this is one of the ways that we got a major speed up.
So to clarify, those are just tool calls.
Yeah, so the tool calls are saving us the most time, and then for the structured data flow, how the Bedrock agent kind of does it is that it becomes more half parallelized, where some of the agents can start working before the other agents if they know that they don't depend on the structured output from a previous agent.
Okay, thank you.
Oops. Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, great. You're using the AWS Bedrock Agent Core, and so how many agents have you used in your demo?
So in our demo, we thought it was only appropriate to use 4 agents. However, we know that the Bedrock Agent Core can easily scale up to 1,000 or 2,000 agents at once. And so we're planning in the future, like once we have several different companies, since we're acting as a business-to-business approach, since several different companies will be using the agents, we have to make sure that they're containerized so that the sensitive data is not passed between companies. And so this would be allowing us to use more agents depending on the scalability of our application.
Yeah, further question, how to like scoping your agents? So what kind of specific agents they are working on? Like for example, is that working on anti-money laundering or analysis agents or etc.? How do you scope?
So currently we use an infrastructure as Codeway, which is allowing us to easily generate more agents as we need. And the scopes are being defined by the input data that we're providing to the agents. So these scopes we're trying to minimize it and not provide an excess amount of data, as that could lead to both hallucinations and security problems. Is that
okay?
Final question. Thank you. That'll be all.
Thank you.
Thank you, 0 Days. Next up, we have Tomato Paste. Please come up and do your final pitch.
Audio, right?
No.
No audio.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Hello everyone again, and we are White QA team. So as we're gonna demo the stuff, we would like to invite you all to also test with us. So you guys can go to try.qa.verso.app and then test out your hackathon project if you wish. So first of all, I need to sign in into my account using GitHub. Okay. Then I can create new projects. I'm gonna choose some of my repositories. I think I'm gonna use this one. This is my previous hackathon actually. I'm just gonna say like HackTheEast 26 or something. Just touch on the name and create projects. Okay, at this point, our agentic AI is gonna scan through the repo of yours to scanning all the routes and all the features that you have. And then you can see here, that's the map of these projects. All the pages, all the API, and the features of that page. What it's going to do, what is purpose for that project. Then you can have the option to also add website. So in this case, it's called, okay. So this thing gonna connect to our AWS agent, browser agent, that we are using a browser use open source framework to be able to allow AI to interact with the browser. And that in that way, we can essentially have a virtual user to test your website. And then we're gonna start scanning. It's gonna take a while because it's quite a big project, so we need to go through all of the file and then link back to our standard rules. What we did is we tried to find the standard set of rules to create a production-ready development environment. And then we convert that into vector database. Yeah, as you can see, it's running right now, so there's some medium risk issue that it's found. And in order to be a good bytecoder, you didn't just only tell what person or GitHub compiler to do, but you need to know something. And that is what our website wants to do. So even though you don't need to write any code, but you need to have some skill set. And that's going to be the skill set of the next generation of developer. And we want to provide that by these tools right here. So it's not just only tell you what the issue is from, it's also tell you the education context. Why it matters, and what is the best practice in this case. It's fine. Another thing, this is not a very good example of this because there's a lot of issues here.
Thank you so much. Please stay. So it's time for the judges to ask questions.
Hi, thanks for the presentation. My question is, what if I import a really big GitHub project? Like I'm talking about thousands of files, etc. How do you handle the context there, and how do you ensure that you can orchestrate these agents properly?
Yes. So for this MVP project that we did, we only use a very simple, only one agent for the whole project. But in the case of very big projects, we use chunking and vector the rack process. So we essentially divide the whole code base into a smaller chunk. And then we convert that into vectors and then compare it to the rules, set of rules that we have. So it's essentially a rack process, which is can be separated to different multiple agents at the same time. So that's going to create a parallel workflow, and it's going to significantly increase the process of the whole system.
Okay. What if I have a situation where I think one of your comments are inaccurate or it's against the style guide of my project?
Yeah.
How do you see that being handled?
Okay. So at this MVP point, we didn't handle that one, but in the database, actually all the rules are stored in SQL database. So we can just add another page for set of the rules or the role, and then you can manually adjust or edit. Or if in this changing rapidly world, there's so many new rules coming out every single day. So we can later on add more rules or delete some of the non-relevant rules after you have completed the process.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys. So how easy would it be to add like another framework? So I guess this is focusing on like Next.js, but let's say I wanted to add something for Rust, like how easy is that to add?
It's actually very easy. In this case, I show Next.js, and it's also auto-detect the framework by itself. So it can adapt, depends on the framework that you input from. In this case, it's Next.js because it's the easiest. But in terms of the browser use capabilities, that's going to be things that might limit this product because it's mainly focused on front end and UX UI design for the browser use agent to essentially act as a user to interact with the thing. But for, like, let's say Rust backend API, this framework can adapt into creating a script to test, essentially a QA team to create a script and then back test to the project that you're working on. Thank you.
Yeah, we're on out.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. We're done with you.
Thank you, Tomato Paste. Next up, we have Alt F4. Can we give them a round of applause?
No audio. No audio. Ah, yes. One more mic.
Yeah,
oh, then use it.
give it to Suri first. Give it to Suri. Just get it up there first. So then we get ready.
Just walk out.
He says the problem first. Just give me show the artworks. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, that's fine. Next features. New features. You want to come in? Sure. Can you do it? I'll do the next feature. Okay, you make sure to just tell them. I'll do the next feature. You know what? Just command R. Fresh. Oh, this mic is. Turn it on. Oops.
Are you guys ready?
1 second, sorry. Yeah. Okay, then try to go back.
Ready?
Just quickly go to one.
Go.
Wait, just want to talk about the solution.
I'm gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Contract lengths. Your AI legal companion in your browser. Solve the problem that we all suffer from. Acceptance of things that we don't really know about. According to our survey, 80% of users skip reading the terms of service. And these terms of services are approximately 2,500 words and can extend over tens and hundreds of pages. What we're at risk at is selling our data and giving people access that we don't want to. So that's why we built Contract Lens, an all-in-one solution that informs our users of where they're giving their information and how they can avoid that.
Alright, so our solution was, again, Contract Lens. It basically gives you plain English summaries. It tells you like the risks involved with whatever you're signing, whatever you're agreeing to, and it'll scale them on low, medium, and high based on the severity. Afterwards, depending on it's persona specific, which means that depending on who you are, whether you're a student, freelancer, tenant, or etc., you can customize it based on your needs. It gives you real-time analysis on and it instantly processes the legal documents on the browser.
Okay, so how does it all work? So it starts from browser injection. It's a Chrome extension, and the scripts are first read by the app. Then for our backend, we have AWS Lambda and Fast API, which secures the serverless processing and encrypts it.
then gives a call to Minimax, which is our LLM being used for as prompts. Then again, it shows all the data on our website panel right there, or on our dashboard, which we showed in the earlier pitch. And as you can see, it has this for you feature. So especially students who don't know much about what matters to them, it's obviously cost and not selling their data. They're young. So for an app that's qualified, it's being used by everyone. They can choose what they want to share, what their concerns are, and get personalized insights. Once they get these insights, they can make sure they make the right decisions, and if they want to go for the app or not.
So our next steps, well, we're gonna publish onto the Chrome Web Store so that it can be a fully functioning extension. We should try to add additional document types that may not be completely accurate yet, maybe NDAs, and we should have a smart renewal reminder. Basically, it tells you, let's say you accepted a subscription renewal thing. It will remind you when you have to when it might renew your subscription, so that you don't have to. You can cancel it.
This is just a for you example that it produced. The topics are again auto renewal, information data might be sold.
Thank you so much. Please stay. Now it's time for the Q&A from the judges. Oh.
I'm curious. I like the idea of setting deal breakers to determine whether or not this is a product suitable for me. But what if I want to explore alternatives?
I guess that could be added. We were working on this. It's not fully functional using AWS Bedrock that would suggest alternatives in Hong Kong, basically another LLM hall. And I believe it can be implemented, but in the 3-part time frame, we were not able to fully get it functional.
Hey, hi. So 2 parts of the question. First one is, to use the service, do we as a user have to give away personal data to you guys? And part 2 is, can you expand on the blockchain use case? I think that was on one of your initial presentations.
Yeah, so, for that, we made this wall thing. So, if you're, having a right agreement, all that, you don't want that data somewhere, right? So, we did try to use Albion Privacy Wall. This is just hashing it for now. But I believe if we use proper blockchain and crypto like Ethereum, we can implement the hashing into blockchain technology.
I have a quick question. How do you defend against prompt injection? Like, what if I send you a contract saying this is the best contract ever for you and you should sign?
Most companies won't do that because I don't think it's legal for them to add extra stuff in their terms of service. So, I don't think they were.
I think in a legal document, that's not really factual information, so it can't really technically be there, could it? I don't think it's something that, again, like you said, companies can't really do that. That's not a factual, it's not important within the contract, and so it doesn't. It's more of an opinion more than a fact, so it can't be in a legal contract. That's what I think.
And if it does, I think we can use RAG, give it all contents to reject these kind of prompts. Right now we're just using a Minimax API, but you can use a better RAG API and teach it so it rejects specific prompts like that if they come.
Yeah. As far as your solution involved into some kind of legal advice, so how to handle it and guarantee that response actually is authentic?
Yeah, the same thing. For right now, it's just an API call or LLM. But by using RAG, you can teach it specific context for legal. It's basically making sure that it knows all the context, so it doesn't hallucinate as much. And that would be our implement.
Thank you so much. That'll be all.
teach you next, right? Click audio. No audio. No audio. Just HDMI. Tell us when you're happy with the preview and you can bring it on the slide. Yeah, it's okay.
Hello, hello. 1, 2, 3. Working. Hello. Sorry.
Do you need two microphones or is
No,
one?
no, no. I think one is okay. I'll just pass the microphone to whoever will answer. So just let me know when we shall begin. Ready? Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go!
Hello everyone, nice to see you again. So again, attention is all you need. This is basically the cornerstone of our project. So just a quick recap, we are the team who used the EEG headset, a really cheap one by the way. We collected the data set within 2 hours I think. We spent like slightly more, but basically 4 of us, we collected the data set and trained a regression model specifically for this, based on the mouse cursor events, the click history, the website events, the scrolling data, and all the other metadata. Basically, we do a regression to identify the current attention level. So we did a very engineering thing. So now it's time to do a more practical thing. So most of you are computer science here, so I guess it would be more interesting to see an actual real-life demo here. So let's begin. So it's pretty much straightforward, something which many of you already have proposed. So this is something you just, the same thing, you just type prompt, you just tell what you have to learn, and our agent basically will define and prepare learning materials for you, as well as flashcards and multiple choice questions. So the thing we added actually for safety of kids, because we primarily designed this for kids, and given the fact that it attracts your attention, it might be useful for a special neurodivergent category of kids. So it's just an idea, but I guess you can use it for adults as well, because we all have ADHD here. So the task is basically, it's already generated, yeah, quick. So there are like flashcards over here you have to answer, and basically based on your movement patterns, it shows what's your attention level. Well, I guess we are pretty focused right now, so it's 72. Obviously sometimes, the regression model actually does a wonderful job. The MSE is around 0.2, I think. I forgot already, but like around this. So I think it does a pretty good job. So another thing is, are we doing? I think we don't have enough time for PDF demo. Okay, never mind. But technically, you can also upload a PDF file and also extract data. So we also have another agent, RAG, and also additionally we have, in this RAG we have safety prompt check using BERT. So we convert everything to embeddings. You guys are engineers. You'll understand that we convert everything to embeddings and we filter out all the harmful searches. Pretty much what people in research papers do. So we just follow the research papers at this point. So this is the data we use to train, just to show the validation. So these are just a few things like an attention level based on the mouse speeds. And this is the data we, basically in the backend, it is run on AWS database services. So basically all the educators can access this data and manage it and basically scale the
Thank you so much.
Service. Thank you.
Please stay. Any questions? Oh,
great.
Hi, I have 2 questions. So the first question is whether the base algorithm is transferable, and if not, how long does the user need for it to adapt to the user? That's the first question. Second question is, once you have the algorithm in place, it's been trained and it works, how much of an effect, or how do you actually use it towards the user's benefit?
Can you repeat the second question, the second part?
Okay, so you got the algorithm trained,
yeah.
and so you can tell what their prediction levels are. How do you use this information to make your teaching process better?
Oh, right. Yeah, it's what the tutor agent does basically, answering your second question, but I'll repeat it again. So the first thing is actually a very valid question. It's especially in academia because like I come from academia, like I'm a AI researcher, so usually like we have to acknowledge the limitations, but in hackathon we have to be, very proud of our work, but like I guess I have to admit that we have obvious limitations because the EEG is highly personalized. Because obviously the neural activity is very personal and differs from person to person. So I am pretty sure that while we trained the EEG headset on 4 adults, I'm pretty sure it's not going to always work for kids the same way it works for us. So I guess we might need to retrain in case we want to scale our product. And that's absolutely correct, and I acknowledge this limitation. So regarding this, we tokenize the feedback based on the, so the regression model basically outputs the parameters, like the output the value from 0 to 1. So we tokenize this data because the quizzes are in batch. So it sends to the, in the tokenized format, it sends to our agent, tutor agent, which based on this feedback decides to change the format of the questions. And make it easier or harder, or maybe repeat the same level, or actually change to another topic.
Any questions from the judges? No, okay. Yeah. So you would require the hardware for you guys to see. Is there a scenario where if there's no hardware, would your product still be able?
Yeah, of course. Let me clarify this thing. The EEG headset is used to validate our algorithm, regression model, because regression model takes input from mouse movement, basically, and usage patterns, not EEG. EEG is used as ground truth, because we assume that EEG gives a perfect ground truth golden standard of attention measurement. So basically, we just calibrated our mouse movement patterns reading model using the EEG golden standard.
Thank you. That'll be all for Q&A.
Thank you so much.
You guys pick it up.
Okay, thank you, Chili Peas. Up next, can we invite Anion Tokyo?
You know the audio? No audio. Look in the preview, tell me when you're ready. I'll bring it up there. Are you happy with the preview? Yeah. I'm gonna, okay.
You guys ready?
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go!
Hello. So we are Anon Tokyo, and we built Orograph. Essentially.
Please tell me that.
Essentially, Orograph is making language models get a cryptographic receipt. So we'll be going a bit more into the technical side.
So if you do remember, I used Amazon Bedrock to generate an output, and then it hashed using a private key, and this was the final output. So here's a common extension we made, just to detect the metadata inside the embedded text here. And you hide all this, and then, sorry, yeah. Oh, maybe it's, wait, is my backend running? Okay, let's start over. So, this is like the company here, and then let's do Minimax 2, and dev admin. And let's use like Amazon Bedrock again, because we cannot use like cloud models. Okay. And then, okay, yeah, generate the thing again here. Oh my god. Yeah, the front end is really incomplete, but once you apply it to your workflow, it'll be really great. So this is the same output here from the agent. And verify it, you can see it's from like the same, this is the company name, and this is like the block ID from the blockchain, and it's the same thing from this proven here. So we also have like a simple test here. These are all generated by agents, and then this is like a Reddit post here I made for testing. If you hide these and then improve it with our extension, you can also see the company here, company name here, and its timestamp and its block ID here. All of these are all of these are different, and you can like prove it. It's it belongs to your company and your model. I think this product brings value to company like OpenAI, or Anthropic, where they often face accuses of people saying their model giving bullshit or like random shit or like bad soul calling. So when people want to say that, they have to prove that it's actually their model. Since this is like hashed and since we don't right now we don't have any like public chain, but I believe the cost is really low. And if we create our own blockchain, I mean a chain, and and companies upload on our chain, and it costs us like a fraction of API cost, and this cost would like save them a lot of like lawsuits, save them from a lot of lawsuits. Yeah.
Thank you. We'll now start Q&A. Any questions from the judges?
Hey guys, so it's really cool. My question would be, this is useful for me to prove that I said something. I claim I said this. I can prove I said it. But wouldn't the bigger challenge be someone else creates something and says it's me? And if that information is stripped from it. So, in other words, it's very easy for me to do this so I can prove that it's me, but it's very difficult to prove that it wasn't me.
Okay, to address that, so in the beginning, like in the demo beginning, so this process is like we have to, every company has to go through our platform and like get an access token, private token from us to do that hashing and upload on the blockchain. That's how we verify them.
Yeah, but that's how you verify that I'm me. But how do that doesn't help me prevent someone else claiming to be me, right?
I guess that's like your responsibility to not keep that key safe. Like it's your API key, so.
So maybe we just don't sign it.
Sorry?
So what if someone just writes something on Reddit, says it's me, and it's not signed?
So what we're signing is we are generating some patterns of empty characters using the private key and then using the hashing to upload on the blockchain. Hashing, if you change any one bit, then the hashing will be completely different. If you found that the message they claim that it's you who generated is different from the one you kept in the blockchain, then it's definitely not you.
Yeah, really quick one. Because you just showed that you go on the Reddit and then you go on a Reddit post and then just highlight it with your like extension or whatever, and then you will see that who is going to verify it. So, but on browser actually the base coding is ASCII code, so it's a simple text. So how can you verify with just a simple text whether this one differentiates or not? It's ASCII code for the base code.
So a regular website uses UTF-8, and our hidden characters are like other encodings.
Anytime it's plain text.
Sorry?
It's a plain text.
Yeah, it's plain text.
How do you work on it?
Well, it is on our blockchain, so we can like share public keys, and public keys you can verify the hash for our blockchain, and it is actually basically free.
Like there are something you cannot see from the plain chat, but we can detect.
Yeah. There's metadata.
There are some characters that have just zero which you cannot detect it, but our extension can see it.
Sorry, that's enough time.
Sorry, I guess I didn't make a good explanation.
That'll be all for this team.
Thank you, Anon Tokyo. Up next, may I please invite Justice to do the presentation.
I know. Faulty HDMI. It's like, yeah. Audio? Audio just tell me when you're ready, I'll put it on page. Okay, audio output. You ready? What? Do you have a mic? This one.
Let me know when you're ready.
Hello?
Three, two, one, go.
Alright, hi everyone. So me and my team, for small recap, me and my team Justice, we made Oasis EU 3D. So basically it's supposed to turn the learning experience, not the classroom itself, how you learn, how you absorb new concepts, how you answer questions into an interactive 3D game-like experience. So this was heavily inspired by one of our projects we saw called Bruno Simmons, how he turned his whole LinkedIn profile into a card game, so he can interact with other links, see his other past projects. So it looks something like this. Now, you can kind of see the parallelism for this. We're supposed to make it 3D, but for now we're replacing it with 2.5D sprites for demo purposes, and you can walk around the world, interact with different objects like Bruno Simmons, and as you can see here, we have an AI tutor, AI adaptation engine that's supposed to let you put any kind of learning material in there, and it will generate interactive 3D environment related to that concept to make it more engaging. So it's applicable to not just HKDSC or IB concepts, but even A-levels or even uni concepts. There are also other environments you can interact with. And one of the other ones is like how you practice questions. So one of the most boring ways to do practice is like doing MCQs, but can you walk to the MCQ?
Oh yeah.
So while doing MCQs, instead of just having static text or images, we'll have our AI tutor generate like sprites or 3D objects that would be relevant to the MCQ itself to glue that information into your head, make it more interesting, more entertaining. Yeah. For now, it's not working, but we'll work on that afterwards. So on top of that, our AI tutor is an adaptation engine that allows the users to learn new concepts, and also if they have any concept they're confused about or they don't understand, we can continue that on by asking more relevant questions to build on top of that. So we have the AI tutor to improve along with the user. So yeah. Do you have Q&A?
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yep, thank you.
Alright, let's start with the Q&A. Just keep it, please. So any Q&A from the judges? Oh, great.
Hi, just to clarify, you said in your presentation that if you like walk up to the AI tutor and generate an MCQ, it can change the environment to make the concept stickier. Do you have a demo of that?
We had this for our first iteration with React Free Fiber, but it crashed. So right now it's not linking.
Can you describe how that would work, like in terms of the logic?
Okay, so basically, let's say you put your slides in, right, in the AI tutor, and it will find relevant keywords, and we'll create a prompt using a 3D generative AI like 3D game. So you put that prompt in, and it will generate like an island-like 3D environment. I actually have. Can we go to Git?
GitHub. I understand your idea. I just want to ask, how would you deal with the issue of latency?
Sorry?
How would you deal with the issue of latency to the user?
This problem I've never actually tested for. This one, yeah, this one I don't know completely, but yeah. So sorry.
We move on to the next question. Yes.
Any other questions from the judges? Oh yeah, alright.
Yeah, so I can definitely see how this is really appealing potentially to ADHD brain, but I'm kind of curious, do you think it would potentially also slow them down because you kind of have to walk around and maybe like between sets of questions?
It is a trade-off because ADHD you cannot focus on the assignment, you cannot focus on the work, but with you slowly moving, you can force them to focus on those things and make them study. So yes, I think it is a better way to make them focus.
And do you have other formats besides like MCQ?
We have other formats like when you're doing active recall, obviously you can do like long questions, or you can do this is what the AI tutor is for. So you can give it whenever you answer a question, the AI tutor can take that as feedback and see what concepts you're confused about, and then pump more like relevant questions to further your understanding. Yeah, and also for your slow part, slow part. Okay. So for free.js, our maximum limit for the files we can upload as like the 3D assets is 50 MB, and also Bruno Simmons is able to run a fully functional 3D web app with no lag whatsoever. So it shouldn't be that big of a problem. Yeah.
All right, that'll be all for this team. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Justice. Up next, we please invite Juan.
Audio. Yes. Sure, I'll take the line. Tell me when you're ready.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Perfect.
Hello students, today's topic is
So, judges, you've seen a scenario, right? So, Farhan, you're literally here. Like, what would you do in this case?
I would probably go back to ChatGPT, upload all my school documents, and hope for a really good answer, which I think I would probably get disappointed.
But then don't you think like ChatGPT by itself is not, so you have to like put in specific prompts in terms of an instruction, in terms of how you want the responses to be and how you want to be taught, right? So that's a very good problem. Now, someone like Farhan, like if you see our onboarding setup, so I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this before on our first page. So someone like Farhan would probably put something like this. So go through many practice questions, do practice questions with hints, and then maybe he has ADHD and he can't focus more than like 15 minutes, and then some fast sessions and stuff. So I'll just put some more answers. So let's say simpler explanations with examples. And thanks a lot. Okay, so the last question is, okay, it just feels, let's say, he can explain without looking at it, right? So what's going to happen is the system is going to take all of these answers together, and it's going to create a profile. So if you see, if I zoom in a bit, so it says visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. So it means basically we're using a VAK platform, a VAK framework, which basically determines how Farhan wants to be taught and how Farhan can sort of understand questions and answer them. So depending on Farhan, so you see, the problem with ChatGPT is that it's not proactive, right? So what we can do is, if I go to one of the demo cases, if I click on mathematics, it's one of the questions. So if I say, let's say, what's the answer for this? It's probably 5 by 6, hopefully. And okay, it's the right answer. So what's going to happen is it's going to start creating answers, and interesting. Okay, I'll go through the other parts, but I was working before. Anyway, so you see the knowledge graph. So knowledge graph is a basic skill set summary of how all the skills are being unlocked. So as you can see, there are a lot of skills in terms of, let's say, chemistry, mathematics, physics, and every time the user or the student unlocks something, they can show it as a tick mark. And the other stuff are, let's say, courses. Now, we thought of it from a holistic standpoint, so not just academics. We wanted to teach the students and the kids something extracurricular as well. So we have AI literacy, AI online safety, and financial literacy, critical thinking, and all this stuff. So at the end, we also have reports. So reports are going to be, it's still conceptual level, but the reports are going to be, so the way we're tracking and managing our souls.md file, which is basically keeping the persistent memory of each instance of agent. So what we're doing is basically tracking the number of quizzes that's being taken, tracking the number of, let's say, failed attempts and, repetitions. And that basically tells us how the student is learning and if they're learning as well. Now, the last thing I want to show is basically this notification bar.
Thank you. Now the Q&A will begin.
Thank you.
Any questions from the judges? Any questions? I'll give it you guys 5 seconds, and I'll give it to the crowd. Oh, great.
could you explain a bit more about how it tailors according to their like their preferences? And also like one other unrelated question is, wouldn't the platform just be as good as how well the user understands themselves? Because I feel like most people don't really know what is the best way for them to learn. They just know what doesn't work.
Right, that's a very good question. So the platform is built in a way that it learns by itself and it evolves with the user. So we keep a persistent memory using like a sol.md, and the root access of the folder for each instance. So what's going to happen is every time, let's say the kid, it's a kid, right? Let's say it's grade 8, and he chose that, okay, every time I want to practice more. But then every time he practices after, let's say, one concept, he's always failing. So maybe he needs a bit more time understanding and grasping the concept, right? So that's going to be logged in, because every time he, let's say, fails any answer, we're going to have that in the database and logging that in. So it's going to be pushed into the Solar MD, and it's going to persist, and it's going to change the personality of the agent. It's going to, it's a process, you can say. Hope that answers your question.
Any other questions from the judges? Any questions? Would you like to ask? Does anyone from the crowd want to ask them questions? Alright, great.
Since you guys are a website, why don't you use a database for like your souls.md? Like that's usually a local solution, right? Like OpenClaw.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you guys use like a database for that? Like use markdown files.
We do have a database, but right now the implementation is fully cloud-based. We haven't thought about local implementation because we are sort of thinking that, okay, maybe the kids or the students are having, like, let's say, Chromebooks, right? And they may be using, Chromebooks of their schools, or let's say for lab sessions they're using, online. Obviously it's going to be online, so they might not take their own laptops. So we're not thinking about local implementation right now.
Okay, thank you.
One final question, anyone from the crowd? Or judges? No one? Alright. Yes, we can end the show. Thank you.
Thank you,
That'll be
guys.
all
Thank you.
for the city.
Thank you. Next up, can we have Dyson of the East?
Audio.
Oh no.
Just image.
Yes. Yeah, we're on.
When you go to your system preferences, your screen ratio will not show well up there. It would look like that.
Yes.
You want it up there now, or do you want to? Good.
Ini mana? Oh, ini dulu ya.
Ya, just show the PowerPoint.
Jadi nampak. Ya. Oh, udah deh.
Ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go!
Hello again, everyone. Now we will be displaying the demo for study rods, so it will be a quick one. And because we believe that even though this might be a simple program, we have to create something that actually works and is used in real life to tackle a common major problem. So let's start with the demo. Okay, so currently we're at the landing page, and then we move to the dashboard. As I mentioned before, we'll be creating a new course. Enter the course credentials within the description. currently we are still generating our threads using our LLM model and also RAG.
Well, after it generates, I'm gonna explain to you guys how it actually works in the background. Can you go to the PowerPoint slides? Okay, thank you. So the user is gonna upload their PDF file from the front end or from the client side, and then our client side is going to communicate with our back end, which is hosted on EC2, which is a separate RAG system. So for this whole system to work, we're going to use microservice system. There's a RAG microservice that works in order to generate the necessary prompt for like the threads. So the AWS EC2 is going to send the reply to the front end, and our front end is going to display it. And our after it generates the reply, it's going to have a vector store, like how you all know. After you embed like a document, it's going to have a vector store in which we're going to store it our backend in S3 with our S3 client, which is a separate another separate S3 instance, and from there on we can easily retrieve our vector store and then easily pass it to our EC2 instance and also retrieve all the necessary embeddings. And from the necessary embedding from there, we can immediately retrieve the necessary documents that we need in order to concise or like summarize the whole lecture materials, like what Rachel demonstrated to you guys. Yeah.
That would be it. If you have any questions, please feel free to
Okay,
ask.
now we're ready for Q&A. Thank you so much. So, any questions from the judges? Oh, great.
So one of the things that kind of drags you with doom scrolling is it's very addictive content. Usually ghost videos aren't terribly addictive. How do you make it addictive if you want to doom scroll so you kind of get lost in the learning experience?
To make it addictive for the user, we use we just customize the prompt to make it generate some kind of background content. But right now we only generate things related to the study material. Maybe in the future we will plan to also mix and match from some public comments. That way it will be more engaging to the user and we will hook the user more into our platform.
I would like to add, so the thing is, the way the language is structured here is that we use things like some misconceptions and also like things that we will consider rich read in today's language to make it seem simple and like not some very material which is like quite difficult for the learners to digest. That way it's like quite simple and we also use like an interesting way to depict it. Like for example, if we scroll up a bit, we can see like it's as if we have some fake users discussing with each other and some also like making some jokes related to the learning material itself. So that's where we position ourselves as something that is like half addictive content but also useful.
Oh, thanks.
Any other question from the judges? No? Any question from the crowd then? Oh, all the way up there.
Okay, so hi guys, I'm a professional doom scroller. So part of the reason why, like one of the judges said that it's addictive is because I think it's because of the video format. We love watching reels and it's easy to understand. We don't have to read anything. But I see that your UI space is text based. So how do you like plan to make people use it, or what's the next step for your product?
And a follow-up for that would be, let's say, even if you're simulating comments, right, which most of us would read, but we wouldn't read the entire thread, you know. So how would I get the full information that I'm trying to learn from this platform?
So originally we planned to have actually 3 different types of doom scrolling / brain rot modes. So one of them is this Twitter format. The second one is like the short form content video. So we would have like a Minecraft parkour playing in the background and we'll have like
family guy characters talking about the topics. Yeah, and with all of those are AI generated. And the last idea was sort of like a Tinder slash dating app. So each profile would be like sort of a checkpoint on the content. And when you match with the profile, you would talk to a bot that would ask the questions. So I'm also a professional doom scroller. But in my opinion, I think sort of each app has its own kind of mechanics that suck you into it. So if I open Twitter, it's mostly like engagement baiting, politics, stuff like that. And if I open Instagram, it's something like really dumb memes. So I think the best option and the best solution for that is to just allow different types and modes of doom scrolling for the user so they can pick.
That'll be all for all the teams, right?
Guys, wait, please stay behind. I know you guys are really tired and sleepy and you want to just freaking go home. But we actually have those seven track prizes that we mentioned, and you might stand a chance to win them. But before we announce those track prizes and our first place, we have some mystery awards for funsies, obviously. So we have the most vibe coded UI award, and that goes to HTUSCC. Can you bring your teams down, please? You win three 8-bit 2 keyboards. I mean, your teammates aren't here, but you can take them all. Or you can just take them all. Okay, can we invite Felix to take a photo with our most live coded award? Next up, drum roll please! Most brain rot award! Yes please, it's tomato paste! Please come down and get your 3 keyboards. Tomato paste in the house. I mean, thank you, thank you. So now for the judges to discuss our final awards.
So all our sponsors, if you like to discuss for the track awards of your specific tracks, you can discuss this from around here with your people. Just we'll give you guys some time to think about it while we calculate the main awards data. So just discuss. I'll come to you in approximately 10 minutes. All right, is that good? Please.
Okay, guys, my sources are telling me that the top 3 awards have been chosen. Except that we also want to show you the videos they submitted. So right now we are uploading those videos onto our PowerPoint and they will be ready. You can look at how nervous this person is because I've been stressing him to do this in time. So just give him a bit more time. The awards have already been decided. I do not know as of yet because they are the ones making the decisions outside, not these people, the ones outside. And we'll let you know as soon as it's ready.
Do I have to tell Hi guys, we've concluded, we've done our answers, the prizes are being settled. So I want everyone to just settle down so we can prepare giving the prizes and everything. So please, just relax, sit down, have a good time.
They're not gonna relax.
Oh well, anyway, be hyped then, be hyped.
And whilst the team is consolidating the videos and whatnot, we'd like to once again thank all our sponsors here today for supporting this event, as it wouldn't be possible without your support, obviously. So we'd like to invite one of our sponsors who just came, Mr. William Chu from Spark Labs, up to the stage to receive a token of appreciation from Sean.
Thank you.
And now our main track award winners. So these actually recognize our top AI solutions for innovation, impact, technical excellence, judged by our judges here today. Judged on novelty, AI use, relevance, scalability, and overall presentation. So may we first present our second runner-up.
A video?
Oh, and their demo video, please.
We want to decrease the lights. Oh, too bright. Oh! Okay.
I thought coded his website for HackTheEast.
Isn't this one not so bad?
You're so mean. It took me lots of time. I've been vibe coding for years now. Want to do this thing? I don't know how to code. Why would I need to? AI can do it.
And that's exactly why we built YQA. YQA is the world's first and only quality assurance system. It combines AI agentic browsing simulation with deep code comprehension. It doesn't just get the job done, it teaches the user at the same time. So what happens technically in real life? Simple user connect with GitHub, and then YQA scan your repo, identify framework, router, and routes. Then we run code comprehension, check the code, index embedding, run retrieval augmented generation against QA and security rules, and generate evidence backfinding. In parallel, our AI browsing agent provided by an AWS Bedrock agent architecture simulate real usage, desktop, mobile, route navigation, clicks, and UX accessibility checks. One lane understands the code and another validate runtime behavior. We merge everything and then create FAQs, including why this matter, exact evidence, fixed step, acceptance criteria, and rule of thumb to prevent repeats.
Now I'm not just vibe coding blindly. I'm learning from every snake. I'm leading.
And I made this.
built fast by smarter.
Our second runner-up is Tornado Pace. Please come up on stage. Also winning our most high-quality award. Can we invite Shama on stage and hand over the prize?
Too much for them.
Congrats again! Oh, sorry, you also. This takes mouse pads.
Whoa, the mouse pad. Whoa. We have so many awards that there's not enough hands to hold them.
Thank you. Congrats again to Tornado Pace. Next up, we have our first runner-up. Cue the demo video, please. And the lights, please.
$2 trillion. $2 trillion are being laundered each year, accounting for 5% of the world's GDP. But less than 1% of that money are being recovered. Anti-money laundering teams are fighting sophisticated criminal organizations with century-old dashboards and rigid rule alerts. Angela fixes that. Angela is an AI-driven 3D investigation assistant built for AML teams. It maps relationships, connects suspicious behavior across accounts and jurisdiction through simple 3D visualization. Combined with a multimodal AI orchestration, risky behaviors and transactions can be explained clearly through simple natural language.
Now, let's see Angela in action.
Let's start with data ingestion. Banks process millions and millions of transactions every day. Angela ingests those data, structures entities in time buckets, and processes the risks scoring. Now the 3D graph. Shape is the entity type, size is the volume, color is jurisdiction, height is the risk, and the globe is the anomaly intensity. Natural language query. Show entities receiving more than 10,000. The entity is parsed and matching entities highlight in real time. Now, Autopilot turns those findings into a guided route through high-risk entry entities and clusters. For explainability, the counterfactual engine removes suspicious behavior and recomputes the risks, showing exactly which edges drop the alert. The reporting engine generates a SAR narrative, and the executive dashboard summarizes the KPIs for the readership to execute. Angela, end-to-end explainable AML intelligence powered by agentic platform.
Runner-up, and Shama, please present the 10K and 6 ARIA Mouse prize. Congrats, well done, guys. Now we're presenting the last prize in our main track award. We have the champion demo video, please. Oh, come on.
Have you ever heard of AI companies being sued for people false claiming their models generate malicious or illegal content? A reputational shield for AI companies is needed. Design it with this other theater. Great, hit design. And at the computer here, I don't see anything different. But now up here, our permission detected that this is AI watermark and it belongs to your company. And you have to verify it yourself, of course. Okay, so here I have a raw LLM output by Minimax 2.5 and I want to make it very important by using this output. So I have my company ID here, my private key ID here. So first I have my watermark here, and right now you see it's not there by your company. You have to also sign it here. Okay, let me copy this first and then sign it. Okay, right now it works. And when I go to Reddit and post, okay, let's do this random sign it. See, it's detected already.
Can we invite Shaman to present the prize for our team and the Teramos?
Sponsors, the evolution narrated. Thanks to our great sponsors.
Thank you. Congrats to our champions again. Big round of applause for our main track awards. Can we now invite Shaman to come up? Shaman to come up say a few words.
Hey, sorry, I know I've been on the stage too much for the day, but I just wanted to say a few things, which is, firstly, thank you all of the participants for all of the effort you guys have put in over the last 3 days. First, it was the opening ceremony where a lot of you guys found your teammates for the first time. A lot of you guys didn't know each other, but got to know each other over the last 2 days, over 24 hours, where it was a fun experience. It was thrilling, it was tiring, but it was at the end of the day very fun. At least I hope so. And once again, thank you so much to the sponsors for your very generous contributions. Something I said in the opening ceremony and something I would like to reiterate again is, for all of the participants that see us as Hack the East, there was a time when we were not Hack the East. We were just a bunch of nobody students who wanted to do something. That is the time when these sponsors who we knew through events that we had met at or who were friends of friends, or who were contacts we knew through third parties, we reached out to them and they thought, okay, these bunch of nobodies, these bunch of friends can be trusted to pull off this event. So thank you so much for placing this trust in us, because when you placed the trust in us, we knew we had to get this thing done and we knew we had to deliver. So thank you so much. And then obviously after the sponsors, after the participants, I get too much credit for all of this simply because maybe I was one of the first to have the idea. But I can very confidently say I am not the most important person for this event because I have a team of 35, 36 people who have put in way too much effort over the last 3 months. This guy, I think, has been awake for the last 48 hours. There's been people who have been working over the last 2 weeks. I know someone who was working after their Valentine's Day date. They came back on 14th of February and then they were working for HackTheEast. So there's a lot of people here who have put in a lot of effort and a lot of contribution over the last 2 months. So please give them a huge, huge, huge round of applause. So that's all from my side. Back to Angela, back to the track awards.
Now for the track awards. So the first one we have is the AI EdTech Platform Award from OAX Foundation. Can we invite our sponsor to come up? And my bad, guys. Demo video first. Sorry.
Reading 50-page lecture slides feels exhausting. But scrolling through 50 post-drama threads? What if learning is as addicting as scrolling? Introducing Study Rot, turning heavy, boring study materials into addictive, easy-to-follow threads. To start, click New Course. Upload your study materials. Type in the course title. And click Create Course. There's your new course. Click View Threads and it will automatically generate the threads. Instead of just stating facts, the AI creates engaging hooks, even using common misconceptions to spark critical thinking. It breaks the concept into digestible chunks, debating the rights and wrongs just like a real internet thread. It's perfect for slow learners who need context and story, not just bullet points. Study Rot leverages doom scrolling to innovate the learning process. Swap your brain rot scrolling with Study Rot. Stop reading. Start scrolling.
AI EdTech Platform Award goes to Dyson of the East. Please come up and grab your cash prize of 15K. And can we also invite our OAX Foundation sponsor, Mo Chan, to present the cash prize? Next up, we have our Entrepreneurship Center Innovation Award, which Tomato Paste, once again, you have claimed the prize of 10K. Please come down and get your cash prize. Can we invite Rocky as well to represent? Congrats! Next one is our Agentic AI Award by AWS and Ingram Micro, and the award goes to Zero Days. Please come up and get your cash prize of 10K. And also, can we invite our AWS sponsor to come up? Let's take a group photo. Thank you. Congrats, thank you. Next award is Abelian Foundation Privacy and AI Award. Can we invite the sponsor for our Abelian Award? Come up, please. And the award goes to Anon Tokyo! Next one we're queuing the video for Minimax Creative Usage Award. And lights up. Woo!
There's no audio, but there's subtitles. Max 666.
Back in the choice, or you are open this platform, press the SMT. Once you have that, we will business. First, we scrape the website using Oxide API. Then, we use AWS text generation to create storyline. We give dialogues, scenes, and characters. Then we also use it to create different prompts for generating images. So while the are still generating this task, we will our previous task that we're creating. We can see that we also generate images using Minimax API, and then for starting frame and end frame, then we create video assets to link them up together. If we look at another complete example, we can see the video is completed, and we create simple animated video for that.
That is basically the gap in added complexity and sharing education by turning the internet's overwhelming information into safe, engaging, animated stories. We're building a healthier, more accessible digital environment for the next generation. One story at a time. Thank you.
Can we also invite the sponsor up for Minimax to come present the cash prize?
You'll give them the check.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, okay.
Awesome, thank you. Thank you so much. You guys hold this, you guys deserve this, huh?
Go over to the right.
To the right?
Here.
Oh yeah, you're right. Next week you will be.
Would like to cue a demo video for the next award for Revision Dojo Future of Learning Award. Lights off.
What it is basically it's a learning experience, not just a classroom. We turn how we learn concepts, how we interact with tutors, how we can answer questions, we turn it into an interactable and how we customize the experience.
Now, we code correctly, so majority of our team members have virgins or huge chunks of text is really hard for us, and we ask ourselves, why can't we learn new concepts like Leo in the Matrix, where the black guy is explaining like how the Matrix works, or in I Am Free, he's like moving around all the items, solving the crime scene happily, and it's just we're just glued to our seats trying to learn new information about whatever that Jarvis says, and we have to have Jarvis as well, like instead of giving us feedback, we designed the whole app to be a user and was being made. So our design is really inspired by the listeners taking smartphone applications on LinkedIn into a car game where users can drive around and explore as links and past products. So we turned the whole school and learning experience into an interactive with 2.5 people. So to give you an example, in modern history, instead of reading a huge chunk of text, where we'll have a whole board scene where you just get interactive text, see all the soldiers walking around and glue that information into the user set. Now, when we answer questions, instead of multiple choice text, we can have like visually the AI tools that are adapted to the user will give real-time feedback as to like whatever the student is confused about, share the concept, and adjust the questions, and even generate like visually appear the assets and objects to represent those tests, and it just like creates that association. So we built this community ourselves during our virtual learners, and OASIS EDU represents everything that's wrong with the traditional learning system. Learning shouldn't be static or non-responsive. It should be immersive, it should be engaging, it should be moving around, it should be live, and that's what we do. Thanks so much.
Yeah, come on. The revision no. Guys, right here.
ExpressVPN. Please cue the demo video.
Cheese.
Kids like that, aged 10 to 14, spend an average of 6.7 hours per day on their phone, most of which is mindless scrolling on social media apps, potentially exposing themselves to inappropriate content. 80% of parents report that they are actively trying to manage their children's screen time, but current tools focus on forced control rather than why these limits are important. And that's why we're introducing Aura Max, where we help kids turn screen time into a habit of responsibility. And we achieve this through 3 main pillars. First, a time wallet where accountability begins. Kids are given Aura points, which are screen time currency that are deducted for every minute spent doom scrolling, or worse, doing inappropriate content. And when Aura points hit 0, Fun apps will be locked automatically until you complete a set of quick-fire questions coming from a range of subjects for their age group. Secondly, Aura farming, which is personalized and gamified quizzing based on the child's interests or favorite app. For example, Clash Royale players can answer questions involving popular characters like Mega Knight or Skeleton Army. Lastly, Aura Maxing. Kids need to manage their hard-earned Aura points, and this is intentionally designed to translate into real-world financial education that encourages saving, investing, and price fluctuations. All in all, our core idea is to allow parents to rest assured their children are utilizing their time responsibly and are alerted when they are exposed to bad content. We want to develop a sense of accountability and long-term planning in their children. Our app is powered by AWS services like Bedrock, Agent Core, Polly, and 11 Labs with their voice AI. With this app, we're looking to make parents' lives easier and children's lives more purposeful. Thank you.
Can we invite our sponsor, Yes Peter, to come up present the cash prize?
Guys, can you delay the prize giving event? The other team members are on their way right now.
No.
Oh, that's okay, you are the only one.
You're the winner. Take all the credit, bro. Take all the credit.
Take all the credit, but not all the money.
He's the only one who actually
actually code it.
Solo developer.
The 510 errors were like me, bro.
And this concludes the end of our track prizes. Thank you and congrats again to all the track winners. Big round of applause.
And with the completion of the track prizes, it also concludes the entirety of Hack the East 2026. Thank you so much, guys, for trusting us. Thank you so much, guys, for participating. Thank you so much for sponsoring. And thank you so much, team, for putting this together. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's take our team photo, or like just everyone.
Yes.
Team, just go ahead.
That's it.
Yeah, you guys go ahead. Just join in the participants.
One more thing, like for the award winners, if you want to take a photo with the giant check later, just come over and take it, and take the photos if you want, okay?
And also just take the giant jack home. I don't need the giant jacks.
We have a photographer team.
Yeah.
We got a team. What are you doing, bro?
Okay.
Okay, I should give you where that's it.
Mobile go home and then after High five.
What's up? HackTheEast! Guys, thank you for coming again. And that's basically all I want to say. Basically, I just want to say that we still have the after party, so please attend. Network with our sponsors, lovely sponsors. Reminder, internship opportunities. That's still an award. So please come.
Yeah, that's all.
That's all. After party. We're there. Have some food. Network with our sponsors. Go, Bill! Or no!
Come on, come here. Sorry, just give me a second.
I think you have my charger, right?
Yeah, I'll give it to you in like an hour or so. Just like give me